Y'all know who it is. My name is The Indicator. Enough said on that one. Enter the zone. Holla.
Enter the zone. 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 Enter the zone.
Welcome back to Enter the Zone. My name is The Indicator. I have a very special guest on the show today. I'm going to go to my left, have this brother introduce himself to you. First of all, thanks for being on the show, bro.
No
Please
problem.
tell my viewers who you are and where you're from and what it is you do.
Peace. My name is Ian Kamau. I'm a musician and a writer and a poet from Toronto, Canada.
What made you want to be a poet, a person that expresses the word?
Well, I grew up in a creative family. You know, my parents are filmmakers. My father's a director and a writer. He's written for film, but he's written plays and short stories and poems and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
My mother was always in film as a producer.
Okay.
So she was the organizer. She was the person who got the money.
Okay.
But both sides of my family are very creative in different ways. I basically come from a family of like artists and teachers.
Okay.
And so I was always engulfed in it. And so I never felt like there was a point or of time where I decided that I was going to pursue art, or I was going to pursue writing, or I was
Okay.
going to pursue music. It just kind of always was there in the ether, as they say.
Gotcha. I have had the opportunity to get one of your first. I got one of your first musical projects on a cassette tape. This was
Really?
way back. In fact, I think I still have it. And that's when I first came into knowing who you were musically. What would you say your style, lyrically, when you're doing your music? What would you say your style is?
My style, it's a combination of different things. I'll tell you a story. When I was maybe 15 or 16, I used to go to this like outlet mall in the north side of Toronto to get cheap clothes before school.
Okay.
And I was listening to Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links,
Classic.
in my Walkman. And this guy came on, and he came on the song, and he was like, through the lights, cameras in action, glamour glitters in gold, to unfold the scroll, plant seeds to stampede the globe. When I'm deceased, by then the beast arise like. And I was in my mind, I was like, it was the first time that I saw that hip hop, as I understood hip hop, which to me was largely conversational,
Okay.
and poetry, which I understood to be more literary, could actually be the same thing.
Okay.
And that guy was Nas. I think he had probably released Illmatic maybe a year or so before that. I can't remember when those albums came out. And so since then, I've always thought that I never separated hip hop music or rap from poetry or from other literary forms that I saw my father interact with.
Okay.
You know, more older traditions of poetry, all the way back to, you know, like the griot traditions of West Africa, and just storytelling. You know, Black
Okay.
people tell stories,
Right.
and every generation they tell stories in different ways. And so some people told those stories in rhyme form.
Okay.
Sometimes some people, you know, said those stories over djembe drums. Some people said it over, you know, break beats on records. Some people screamed it in churches. Some people,
Right.
you know,
Right.
Black people always told stories. So
Right.
I don't make any differentiation between any of those different forms. It's just different forms that evolved into different things at different times.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
my style kind of evolves from all of that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. In this town, a lot of times, I come across a lot of artists who say they do music and say they're MCs and say they're rappers or what have you, and we're kind of a one thought process kind of situation, or one track mind, or one topic, or one subject type of thing. And I feel personally, it's my own opinion, that we have to switch it up, be diverse, have a balance between the two.
Yeah.
Be it the street MC as opposed to the conscious MC, as opposed to the party MC, as opposed to, you know, that the poet that's doing their spoken word over music. So that's my thought process, and you know, where that is.
It's
but
a continuum.
right,
It's a
right.
continuum. And I think, you know, to me as an artist, I feel like you just speak from your experience.
Okay.
What I see in hip hop sometimes is that people want to speak from a particular experience.
Okay.
Not necessarily, like you might have the experience of going to school, watching your mother wash the dishes, stand on the street.
Okay.
Maybe you're going to school and you're standing on the street. Maybe you're not, but maybe that's not why you're standing on the street.
Right.
You know, but for whatever reason, I feel like we've, in hip hop, we've very much narrowed our experience to one experience. And I
Okay.
think that particular experience that I'm talking about, a street experience, is a valid experience to share.
Right.
But then also, you're also having other experiences around that experience, you know?
Right.
Like men find it difficult to speak about love, or not just love, but the details of relationships. Because
Okay.
you can write a love song.
Right.
Anyone can write a love song.
Right.
You know what I mean? But actually, the actual details of relationships and vulnerability and strength at the same time, you know? So,
Right.
yeah, you know, I think we should speak from our whole experience as much as possible.
Okay. Okay. What is the indie music scene, indie hip hop scene like in Toronto, where you're from?
I imagine it's very much like a lot of other places.
Okay.
In some of the places that I've been, people ask me that question, and you know, their references like Drake or Weekend or
Right.
something like that, and they're like, well, something must be happening in Toronto because we know these two guys, you know. But always there's a few guys who have managed to like force their way into the mainstream, specifically of the music industry.
Okay.
And then there's you know, for every one of those guys, there's probably 1,000 guys who are either doing it themselves and being successful, or
Okay.
doing it themselves or not being successful, and more than likely doing it themselves and somewhere in between.
Right.
Figuring out how to like balance their day job and this thing that they always love, and
Right.
how they're gonna pay the bills, and
Right.
you know,
Absolutely.
all that sort
Absolutely.
of stuff. How
Yeah.
if they want to tour or something, how they can do that. Do they have an audience wherever they're going? Do they
Right.
not? All that sort of business. So there's a lot of artists in Toronto of all sorts, from indie rock to hip hop to R&B to, you know, dubstep type stuff, to
Okay.
beat based things, to more traditional, just like, you know, from samba bands to,
Right.
there's all sorts of people making music. Our industry is very local.
Okay.
You know, it's very local in the sense that, like, let's say, you know, we have some of the record companies up in
Okay.
Canada,
Okay.
subsidiaries of the larger,
Okay.
often American record companies.
Right.
And really their job is to deal with Canada as a territory. Whereas
Okay.
if you're Rihanna and you're signed to wherever she's signed to, whoever she's signed to,
Right.
you actually have the power of the worldwide
Okay.
company, and then you have the power of the local companies. So
Okay.
you're being promoted on multiple levels.
Okay.
You know, so it's hard for people to break through to get, you know, same things. It's hard for
Right.
people to get on the radio. It's
Right.
hard for people to
Right.
find an audience. It's hard for people to get shows and then paying shows
Yeah.
and then build an audience. It's hard for people to sell CDs, obviously more now than it was before.
Oh, right.
It's hard to find a space, particularly in that city,
Right.
you know, of a certain size with a certain kind of market. But I think, you know, if you're strategic
Okay.
in the way
Okay.
you go about it, I think it's, you know, it's possible basically anywhere. But
Okay.
it's also difficult anywhere.
I understand.
That's life.
I understand. Tell me about your blueprint. Tell me about your specific blueprint in terms of your own projects, how you got your music out, how you promoted your music, and tell me about some of the places that you've been.
I didn't have a blueprint at the beginning.
Okay.
I think that was a mistake. I still am working on whatever my blueprint will be.
Okay.
But I read this book by a guy named Seth Godin. He has a book called Tribes. You
Okay.
know? And it's basically about creating a tribe for yourself,
Okay.
right? You know, he's a marketing guy and an author and that sort of thing. And he basically said that the centralized way in which the music industry and the advertising industries and the media, television,
Okay.
radio, that sort of thing,
Okay.
the way that those things have operated traditionally is actually being chipped away at.
Okay.
And now I would argue that it's crumbling, you know, which opens a door for artists to be able to get through.
Okay.
So my thing very much is just about, and it's changed since then too, putting out music, putting it into the hands of people that are excited about it,
Okay.
and focusing most of my energy on the people that are excited about it, which
Okay.
actually has moved me outside of where I'm from
Okay.
to go to places that I never necessarily would have expected. So for a long time, all I was doing was stuff in Toronto,
Okay.
right? And then from there, I met a guy named Chaos who's from Toronto. He's an artist. He was signed at the time. He put me in the studio.
Your music can be found on Bandcamp and
Yeah. iankamau.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
My Twitter is Ian Kamau, IANKAMAU. My Instagram is the same. My site's down right now, but when
Okay.
it comes back up, it'll be iankamau.com. If you just type in Ian Kamau, that's me.
Ian Kamau. I'm the indicator with Ian Kamau. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Diva Richards. I'm a fitness professional, personal trainer, CrossFitter, and a state record powerlifter. What's up, Diversity Mag? I used to work at the YMCA in Philadelphia on North Broad Street. Walked into a class. I thought the teacher was awful. I felt like I could do better, and I told her that. And she said, okay, well, let's get you certified. And I kind of went in and started doing my own thing, and it kind of spiraled into a career. I didn't mean for it to be. Just accident. I had other plans. I would say my fitness philosophy is that anybody can get fit, and fitness is free. I tell a lot of people that, and they say, well, what do you mean? You make your living as a personal trainer? I do, because I offer a service, but for people who can't afford that, fitness is free. I believe in total body workouts. So I don't believe in isolating things. I believe in working the whole body every time you go into a workout to burn as many calories as possible. So one of my favorite exercises, guys, tricep rope extensions, keeping the elbows in tight, pressing down, squeezing the back of the arm. The first thing is you just want to make sure you and that trainer have chemistry. I always say I have 40 relationships. Each of my clients, I'm the other person they see the most. So you want to make sure you have great chemistry with that person. Then secondly, you want to make sure your trainer is certified. And then lastly, look at their clients. Watch how they interact with their clients and other people. See if that's a situation you want to be in. So you want somebody that when you're paying your money is going to give you 110%. The biggest secret, it's just about whether or not they're honest. They need to tell their clients that it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen any faster than the client is willing to work. And that's the truth. If I can't get through to you that you need to do the work, it's not going to happen any faster. And I think trainers should be more honest about that instead of trying to sell people quick fixes. Oh, cheeseburgers. I love cheeseburgers. I actually, when I go out and get my cheat meal, I am 100 with it. I post it on Instagram. I'm not that trainer who's like, every day I eat like perfect. I don't. I love cheeseburgers. I love to go out and occasionally have drinks with my friends. I mean, there's real life and then there's this other life, and I like to live in the real world. It comes with balance and moderation. Next for me is TV, hopefully. I've been doing a lot of stuff on and off with Fox News, so hopefully TV. Something that where I can kind of go into the homes of America and have people rethink what healthy is and what fit is and how they can get there. That would be like the next big thing for me. I got Thank you, Diversity Magazine. Again, guys, make sure you follow me, Diva Richards Fit, on Instagram, Diva Richards on Facebook, and my website is divarichards.com. Have a good day. Hard work, no excuses, guys.
Classic.
Please listen carefully.
Hit the record button.
What is this?
Classic.
Please listen carefully.
Please stand by. What is this?
Classic.
Please listen.
If you're looking for a winner, looking for a tent, looking for supreme, looking for a queen, just roll with me. If you're looking for a winner, looking for a tent, looking for supreme, looking for a queen, just roll with me. All in your space. Now I'm lost and I'm stuck in your orbit. Do whatever you like. Whatever you like. Whatever you like. Whatever you like. With all these holes in your face. Before you choose who you wanna go home with, make sure that she's right. 'Cause you could be wrong. And I'm nothing like them. So I need you to know. Now looking for a winner. Looking for a tent, looking for supreme, looking for a queen, just roll with me. If you're looking for a winner, looking for a tent, looking for supreme, looking for a queen, just roll with me. All of the times you thought you found one, giving your all on the down low. Should've measured up, kept messing up, and I know you want it all. See you looking at me, yeah, you deserve it all. And I came to party tonight, and boy, you're just my type, so let's take a chance on this romance. I'm so glad that you're here, yeah. And you know I could be your light, shining shine bright when you roll the queen like me, and it's alright. I'm here to love you, just follow me. You're going for a benefit. Yeah. Looking for a 10, looking for supreme, looking for a queen. Come follow me, I can show you the way. Boy, I've been practicing getting this pace, so you should make a move before it's too late. Oh, just think about it. Before it's so deep, yeah. Just roll with me. If you're looking for a winner, looking for a 10, looking for supreme, looking for a queen. Roll with me. Need a queen, follow me. If you're looking for supreme, follow me. If you're looking for it, if you're looking for it.
Well, let me back this deal, man. I'm about to text you on Facebook.
Hey, Twiz, this is Adonis. Call me back when you get this message. Okay, bye.
T-Matic does it again.
Hey, yo, I was calling you about our meeting on Tuesday, and your phone was off, I believe. So can you call me back? All right, thank you.
We was them old school couple of youngsters rolling with the punches. Bunch of low life dads, money for lunches, school clothes and church functions. With my black power lesson, I ain't learning nothing. I need to burn something. No Bunsen, chemistry off balance is a challenge for your life. No cuffs, level your structure, obstruction of justice. Niggas be acting like mustard. Baby mothers and wives never the same color. Watching Lifetime, Element, and soap operas. Jerry Springer, Marvy, you are not the father, but we still surviving, trying to receive profit so we can solve problems. I don't have an option. I looked up at the screen and saw my vision winning, how I was in the beginning. Getting back to that old feeling. It's not easy being black, cause I gotta be green for y'all to listen.
Breaks in the game, stake on the claim. Still you can't get past the chains on the brain. Stains on the frame, briefs and legalities. Threshold concepts is harsh in reality. Breaks in the game, stake on the claim. Still you can't get past the chains on the brain. Stains on the frame, briefs and legalities. Threshold concepts is harsh in reality.
When I was 16, shit got real. I ain't know what to feel. I ain't know how to deal like casinos. Master my skill like Al Pacino. I bet I fit the bill. 20 questions, only one answer. Cut the check. I gotta chill. I be skipping meals, cause I be in the lab cooking something ill. If it wasn't for my grandmother telling me that I'ma make it, probably be drowning in my own fakeness. When that school bell rang, color me lateness. Shape shift to something more greater than your average patient. Gotta make a statement, gotta keep waiting. If I never get better, I'll be forever chasing. Looking back in the mirror, I see my pop's vision. Same flight, different pigeon. About to crack like an old ceiling. It's the art of being black, but nobody wanna learn what we live in. We live in it, live in it, live in it.
Still you can't get past the chains on the brain. Stains on the frame, briefs and legalities. Threshold concepts is harsh in reality. Breaks in the game, stake on the claim. Still you can't get past the chains on the brain. Stains on the frame, briefs and legalities. Threshold concepts is harsh in reality.
MC, get it right. Old face, new mask. Secret identity, news flash. I move fast. John Kennedy cursed black delivery. Worst in bad energy, first and last enemies. We never search, reverse and lack symmetry. Hurt, no penalty, work to nurse injury. Going for that layup, I'm trying to stay up. New team flipping Kodak dreams, we prime players. Truth on the pay up, need loot like the Megas. Swagger black James Bond, same time James Caan. Misery must be yours cause it ain't mine. It's on sale, go to jail for the same crime. It never fails, I hail from Philadelphia. You would think niggas wishing me well without the water. They be watching as I slaughter machines without the quarter. Street fighter, lighter fluid, convention for you whack writers. Whack writers, whack writers, whack writers, whack writers.
To replay this message, press 1. To delete, press 7. To save, press 9. Message marked for deletion.
Breaks in the game, stake on the claim. Still you can't get past the chains on the brain. Stains on the frame, briefs and legalities. Threshold concepts is harsh in reality. Breaks in the game, stake on the claim. Still you can't get past the chains on the brain. Stains on the frame, briefs and legalities. Threshold concepts is harsh in reality. Reality. It's harsh in reality. Reality. Harsh in reality. Reality. Concepts is harsh in reality.
Indicator, Enter the Zone, Compton Menace, Enter the Zone, Monday nights, 11 p.m., Comcast 66, 966, Fios 29 and 30, Compton Menace, Enter the Zone, Indicator, Mike Braxton, Get Money Films, holla.
Tune in, man. Enter the zone.
Enter the zone. Enter the zone. Enter the zone. Enter the zone. Enter the zone. Enter the zone.